Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome. In this video you are going to learn about how you can create a complete, fully responsive food ordering or restaurant website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript step by step. So, to create this website, you don't need any JavaScript skill required, you don't need any CSS skill required, even you don't need any HTML skill required. I'm gonna show you from scratch. So, from this video, you are going to learn about how to make CSS animation, you are going to learn about CSS transition, you are going to learn about flexbox, and also you are going to learn about how to select an HTML element using pseudo class selector, using descendant selector, and many more. And also you are going to learn about event listener, event handler, and also you are going to learn about DOM manipulation. And also you are going to learn about pseudo class selector and many more. If this sound is interesting, what are you waiting for? Sit on your comfort zone, take a cup of coffee, and then enjoy the show. Here is the website picture that we are going to design right now in this video. As you can see here we have the project folder right here. Inside this project folder, we have an index.html document right here, and also we have a CSS folder right here. Inside this CSS folder, we have style.css document, as well as we have img folder right here. Inside this img folder, we have different images that we are going to use as a background to design this awesome website. And also on the same directory we have image folder right here. Inside this image folders again we have different images right here, and also we have app.js document right here to add a JavaScript code to make this web page interactive. Having this, now let me open this inside my code editor. In this case I'm going to use VS Code. Alright, here we have the boilerplate right here. Here we have index.html. So Here we have the title, and we have just linked the font awesome CDL link right here. And also over here we have just linked the jQuery CDL link right here. So to get these two CDL link, head over cdnjs.com right here in Google search bar, and also here we have the official website for cdnjs.com, and then over this search bar find font awesome. So this font awesome is very useful to add different icons into my website. So copy this HTML link and come over here and paste right here. And also search jQuery and come over here, copy this link and come over here and paste right here inside the body tag, right? And now again we have just linked this index.html document with style.css document. As you can see here, these two documents are not found on the same directory. So here we have the href attribute. The value is the directory or the destination of this document, which is css style.css. Oh yeah, that's it. Now again, what we are going to do is we are going to link Google Fonts. So in this case, I am going to use a font having a font family doses. So to find this link, head over fonts.google.com and find any font family that you interested in. In this case, I am interested in to use doses, right? So copy so select the font weight right here, and then what we are going to do is click over here and tick this import, and then copy this link and come over here style.css and paste right here. That's it. Oh yeah, now as you can see here we have the universal selector right here, margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box, text decoration none, outline none, border none. And also here we have the colors that we are going to use to design this awesome food ordering website. So we have primary color, we have team secondary color, team green soft, beige color. Oh yeah, now over here again using this HTML and body selector, let me add the font family right here. So here we have font family, come over here and add this font family right here. So font family, select and copy and paste right here, and then let me add a universal font size. So font size 60 pixel and text rendering, optimize legibility. That's it. Now having this boilerplate, let me start the design part. Oh yeah, first we are going to create a header in the navigation bar right here. So to create this navigation bar, let me create a header element right here, header. Inside this header element, we are going to create a div element having a class name, let me say navbar. Inside this navbar, we are going to create this logo on the left side and the menu bars on the right side. So here we have the logo. Let me add a class name logo, and here we have an h1 and we have a span element right here. After that, to create this navigation link, we are going to create an order list. Let me say having a class name, let me say menu bar. and then we are going to list out the home section, the home navigation bar, the service menu link, the order menu link, the about us menu link, blog, price, and contact. So to do this, we use this anchor element right here. Now we add the value for the href attribute for home hash and home for services, service, for order, for about us, about, for blog, and price. And for contact us, we add the value for the href attribute contact. So why we add just like this? Because while we click this home navigation link, this href value uses to redirect us into the homepage of the website. So while doing this, when I click this About Us menu link, it redirects to an About Us page of the website. The same too for the price and the Contact Us. Now, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have. Now let's jump right into the CSS part to style this navigation bar right here. So using this class selector navbar position, we are going to make this navbar having a position fixed. So position fixed, top 0, left 0, display flex, align items, center. We are going to make these items to center from the cross axis, and justify content space between and background. We use this theme primary as a background color, right? So that's why var and theme primary. And padding from top and bottom, 8 pixel from left and right, 7%, right? Width for the width for this navbar, 100%, and we are going to add a box shadow for this navbar. 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 40 pixel, 0 pixel, and having a shadow color, text color. Here we have the text color right here. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have a nice navbar having this theme primary color, right? After that, now let me style this logo right here. So to do this, we use a descendant selector right here. So navbar, and we have a class selector logo, and we have an element selector h1, and color for this logo var, we use the main color. Here we have the main color right here, and font size 2.5 rem, which is 2.5 times the global font size that we have just set inside the body and the HTML element selector, which is 60 pixel, right? That's it. So now again, now let me style this text which is found inside H1 and which is found inside this span element selector differently. So let me change the color. So color, we use SGBG color right here. Here we have the color right here. So now when I save and refresh, here we have the web page, right? That's it, a nice logo. Now let me style this navigation link, menu link right here. So to do this, again, we use a descendant selector. We have a menu bar class selector and a line element selector. So let me add some property value here. Display inline block, padding 0.4 rem from top and bottom, and 1 rem from left and right. Text transform, capitalize, text align, center. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have the web page. Here we have a nice navigation. So now let me change the color for this anchor element right here. So color, we use a secondary text color right here, and font size, we are going to increase the font size 1.2 rem, which is 1.2 times the global font size, 60 pixel. Cursor pointer, and now we are going to add transition. Before we add a transition, let me save and refresh the web page. So here we have. After that, now let me add a hover over effect. So using this class selector, hover border bottom 2 pixel solid having a border color 2 pixel solid third color. And then having this, now let me add transition. Let me add a smooth transition. So to do this, we use a transition property right here, transition, then border, then 0.4 second is. Let me add a color right here for this hover color, third color again, padding bottom 7 pixel, border bottom 3 pixel, solid, having such color right here. After that, again, when I save and refresh, here we have a navigation link right here. So we have just finished these navigation links right here. Now, in the coming episode, we are going to create the home section, which is the hero section for this food ordering website right here. Let's go. So to create the home section for this fully responsive food ordering website, come over here. We are going to create a section element right here having a class name. Let me say hero section. You can assign any class name as you want. The choice is up to you, right? So inside this section element, we are going to nest a div element having a class name, let me say slider header. And then inside this div element, we are going to create another div element having a class name slide header image 1. So from here, we are going to add different images using this class selector right here at the moment, right? So copy this and paste right here 4 times. Since we need 4 images as a background, having a nice transition. So let's change the class name 1, 2, 3, and 4. Outside of this div element, we are going to create another div element having a class name, let me say header box. So inside this, we have an h1 element having a class name, let me say header box heading. And then, so over here, we are going to add some demo texts right here. And then we have a span element right here. And now, again, we need to have 2 call to action buttons right here. See more button and order button right here. So having class name, let me say template btn. Click to order and then show me more button right here. So here we have a text right here for the h1 element. We use this text as a header, right? So when I save and refresh, here we have. Now let me style. Now let's jump right into the CSS part to add a background image for this home section. So to do this, we use this class selector right here, slider header, and add some property value pair. First, let me give a comment right here. So slide header having head 30 viewport height. After that, using this class selector, now let me add a background image. So position for this background image, absolute, top, 0, and left, 0. So we need to have a background image having a linear gradient. So background image, then we have a linear gradient right here. Inside this linear gradient, we are going to add a gradient color right here. So here we have the image having a linear gradient. So here we have the image right here, which is found inside img folder. Again, in this img folder, we have a bg folder. So inside this bg folder, we have different images that we are going to use as a background, right? So here we have the URL for the image right here. So width for this image 100% and height for the image 100%, 100 viewport height. So background repeat, no repeat, background position, center, and background size, cover. So when I save and refresh, here we have the first background image right here. Now let me add another background image. So to do this, copy this and paste right here. So we have, using this class selector, we are going to add the second background image. So copy this and paste right here. The only thing expected from me and you is to change this class selector right here. That's why we use this image too. You see? And now change this image URL. So here we have the image name. So change this one into 2. That's it. Now let's add another image. So copy this and paste right here and change this into 3. Now let me add another, the fourth image right here. So now change this class selector right here. We have this class selector for slide header image 4. So for right here and image URL, here we have 4. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, as you can see here, the last image, only the last image is shown, right? So to show all the image, we need to use animation CSS animation property and CSS transition property to have a smooth transition. You see, when I comment out this, the third image is shown right here. You see? So to show all the image, we need to use, like I said before, CSS animation, right? So to do this, come over here and add animation property. We have animation name right here. Let's say 1. Here we have animation name, and here we have animation delay 10 seconds, and here we have infinite. So it animates infinite times. So using this animation name, we are going to use a keyframe rules. So here we have, then a keyframe. So keyframe rules to make an animation, right? So at 0%, we have opacity 1. So over here at keyframes, we need to have this animation name 1. So at 0% opacity, at 0% opacity 1, at 25% opacity 0, we are going to set at 50% opacity 0 again, at 75% again opacity 0, at 100% opacity change it from 0 up to 0 to 1. Alright, so now let me add another animation for the second background image right here. So copy this and paste right here, and now change this animation name 1. Let me say whatever you want. 2, for me let me say 2, right? And then using this animation name, first copy this and paste right here. So at 0% opacity for the at 0% from here, opacity for the first image has been 1. So for this second image, opacity should be what? Opacity should be 0, and at 25% it should be 1. So now copy this for the third image, and then we have animation 3. So using this animation name 3, let me add a keyframe rule. So copy this and paste right here, and change this animation name 2 into 3. So from here, the second background image, opacity 1 at 25%. For the third image, opacity 1 at 50%, and we are going to set all the opacity 0 except at 50%. Again, copy this and paste right here for the fourth image. So over here we set opacity 0, 0, right? So change this animation name, let me say 4. And opacity at 75% 1, and opacity at 100% 0. Leave except at 75%, the rest opacity should be 0, right? So now here we have animation name for the fourth image. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have a nice animation. You see all the images, all the four images are displayed right here within 10-second animation, right? So to make this animation smooth, we're going to add another CSS property, transition. So transition opacity 0.5 second is, copy this and paste right here for the rest. Alright, here we have, right? Here we have a nice animation as well as a smooth transition. Now let me decrease this animation duration. Now let me decrease this animation duration. Here we have, right? Now over this third image, we are going to add radial gradient instead of linear gradient. So here we have, right, as you can see here over this third image right here, you see radial gradient. Here we have, right? Now using this class selector header box right here, let me add some property value pair. So position absolute, top 50%, left 50%, transform translate in the x direction by minus 50% and in the y direction by minus 50%. Here we have, right? That's it. So again, now let me style this h1. The text which is found in this h1 element right here. So here we have the class name for this h1 and margin 0 and auto color white, font size 2.5 rem, you see, and font weight 300, and text transform capitalize. Letter spacing is not necessary, it's better to remove it, and word spacing 3 pixel, line height 150%, which is 150 times 0.1.5 times 60 pixels, that's it. So again, using this class selector hero text, let me increase the font size into 4 for this hero text. Here we have, right? That's it. Now let me style these call to action buttons. So to style this, we use this class selector right here. We have template btn. So over here, we use this style in the future. So let me say it is a reusable style, right? So we have template between class selector, display, inline block, padding 0.8 rem and 2.5 rem, and color we use this color right here. Background color we have the main color, border again we have main color and border radius 20 pixel and margin right 30 pixel, text transform uppercase. So here we have a nice call to action button. After that, what we are going to do is we are going to add a hover over effect while I click this call to action button. But before that, we are going to style this show me more button in different way. So to do this, come over here and add another class selector, another class name right here. So let me say for the first button btn full, and for the second button let me say btn ghost. So using this class selector btn ghost, now let me style the second button in different way. Now let me change the color for this and we use var, then we have a theme color right here. We use this text color sgbg color right here, and also the background color should, let me say the background color, we use a theme color right here. So here we have. Again, we are going to add border, thin, solid, and a color of, let me have a border color, let me say, it's better to say thin color. So now when I save and refresh the web page, here we have these two button style in different way. The color is changed right here. So now let me add a hover over effect over this button. So using this became ghost and hover, we have a pseudo class selector hover, and again these two buttons we need to have these two buttons have the same hover over effect. So to do this, we use this comma right here and begin full and hover. You see? Now let me change the background color. Bar, we use this text color right here. Now let me remove this and we are going to add a box shadow. Box shadow 0, 0, 1 rim and 0 bar, and we use a shadow color, main color, right? So now when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right, a nice hover over effect having a smooth transition. That's it. Here is the home section for this food ordering website. In the coming episode, we are going to create the service section for this food ordering website. With that being said, let's jump right in. We have just created the home section for this food ordering website. So now we are going to create the service section for this website right here. So here we have the service section. As you can see here, the background color and also the text color will change when I hover over the mouse over this service section. So to create this service section, come over here. Here we have the comment right here, and we are going to create a section element having class name, let me say service section, and also we have an ID value of service, right? So inside this service section, we are going to create a div element having class name, let me say service box. Inside this div element, we are going to nest another div element having class name. Here we have service content underscore box, and then we have an image element. We need to have an image element right here. We have an h3 element, and we have a paragraph element, and also we need a call to action, or we need a buttons right here with a link right here. So here we have, right? So you see, here we have the logo, here we have the image, and here we have the value for the source attribute. Here we have the image path, so image, and then here we have the image name. After that, here we have an extra element, so here is the text right here, fresh and organic food. Here is a paragraph, so copy this paragraph and paste right here, and here we have a link right here, read more. So when I save and refresh the web page, here we have first, from here, what we are going to do is we need to have a style for this section element. We have padding 2% from top and bottom, 5% from left and right, and also min height 100 viewport height. So what we are going to do is copy this and paste 3 times. Here we have. Now when I save and refresh, here is it, right? So now we are going to change the image name and also the text offline. It's better to change it offline, right? I'm not going to waste your time right here. Everything is similar, the class name is similar, the element is similar. The only thing is the text. So here we have service box class selector, display flex, align item center, justify content, space between, gap 1.5 rim, and here we have also another class selector, service content box, text align center. So when I save and refresh, here is it, right? We have just used a flex property. So again, using this class selector, now let me style the image right here. We have image element selector right here with for the image, let me say 60 pixel. After that, now let me style an H3 element right here. So to do this, we use a descendant selector, service content box, and H3. So for this text, we have font weight, bold. We need to use again font size. Let me say 1.5 rim, which is 1.5 times the global font size, which is 60 pixel. Color, let me use a theme color. It's better to use a theme color right here. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here is it, right? So again, now let me style this paragraph right here using P element selector. So for this paragraph, line height 1.5 rim and padding 1 rim, color gray, text color gray. After that, when I save and refresh, here is it, right? So now the only thing left is to style this service link or read more buttons right here. So to do this, we use this class selector. First, we are going to add a hover over effect for this service content box. So to do this, we use a pseudo class selector hover right here. So for this, while we hover the mouse, we are going to change the box shadow into this color, bar main color. So here is it, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to change the background color as well, right? And also the text color also. Background, we use bar dark, which is text color right here. Here is it, right? So now we have just finished the service section right here. After that, we are going to create the food section, the food ordering section. So to create this, we have a section element as always, having a class name, food section, and an ID value order. And inside this section, we are going to create an H3 element right here, having a class name, section heading, and a text right here, our popular dishes, and also we have a span element right here. Again, inside this section element, we are going to nest a div element having a class name food box, and then we are going to nest another div element right here, again another div element. In this div element, we are going to add a class name which is found from sweeper.js to add pagination for this section. So for the time being, we left as it is. Again, inside this div, we are going to create a div element having class name food content underscore box. And then inside this, we need to have an image. And again, inside this, we are going to nest a div element having class name food description. And then we have another div element which is food class, which is right here have a class name rating, and then inside this we have span element, and over here we are going to add a star icon which is found from fontawesome.com, and then again here we have span. So to add fontawesome icons, head over fontawesome.com and find right here. So this font awesome is an internet icon toolkit library. So we are going to, from here again, we are going to nest another H3 element right here, having a class name for type, paragraph element have a class name food about food, and also again we're going to create an HTML element again, but in this case have a class name food price. So over here we are going to create a div element. Right here have a class name shop btn for the shop button. Right here have a class name, and again inside this div element we are going to create an anchor element, which is have a class name template btn and btn ghost, which is reusable class. Here we have, right? So now over here, this is a fontawesome.com. It is an internet icon library and toolkit used by millions of designers, developers, and content creators. From this website, you can find a lot of free icons right here. Here we have different icons. So you can search any icons that you're interested in to design for your website, right? Here we have different icons, you see. So for the time being, I'm going to search star icon. I need a star icon from here. So star, then when I click this, here we have a code snippet for this star icon. So copy this and come over here and paste right here 5 times, since we need 5 stars. You see, here we have, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? For this, I'm not going to waste your time to add all the texts or the images from here. I add it offline, right? Here is it, right? Everything is similar, right? Here we have the image name. Here we have different images right here. So here we have image, and here we have 5-star, and also here we have reviews, and here we have a text right here, and here we have a food price right here. So first, when I save and refresh, here we have, you see, here is an HTML part for the first food, you see. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add another foods right here. So to do this, I'm not going to waste your time. I add it offline, right? So it's better to add it offline. So copy this and paste right here. You see, here we have, right? Oh yeah, that's it. Here we have, right? So as you can see, everything is similar. The class name is similar. The only thing we have just changed is the image name and the text right here. The element is similar, and also the class name is similar. So from here, what we did is we copy and paste elements which is nested in a div element have a class name content food content box, right? That's it. So now when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, this is the HTML part. Now we are going to style this. So to style this, what we are going to do is first we are going to use this food section class selector right here. So food section, and we are going to add a background color. Let's use this color right here, SGBG color. Here is it, a nice background color. Again, using this class selector food box. Now let me style some property value pair. So display, flex, align items, center, justify content, space between. So when I save and refresh, here is it. Now again, using this class selector right here, food content box, we have so many class select, we have so many given elements having class name food content box. So using this class selector, let me add some property value pair. Background white. We use a white background right here, so we have bg color and text color, text align, center, box shadow, 0 to pixel, 9 pixel, 0, and having a RGB color right here, 0, 0, 0, and we have 0.21, and margin top 10 pixel, margin bottom 30 pixel, border, let me say, it's better to use 20 pixel. So when I save and refresh, here is it, right? Oh yeah. Still now the image is larger, so copy this and paste right here and remove this. So now what we are going to do is we are going to style the image right here using this image element selector img, and width for this image, let me set the width 100%. So what will happen when I save and refresh? Nothing is changed, right? Oh yeah, now let me style this food name right here, the food type right here. So to do this, we use this class selector right here. Here we have food type. So copy this and paste right here. Position absolute. If the position for this child element absolute, the position for the parent element should be related. In this case, the parent element is a div element having a class name food content underscore box. So top 35%, right 0. So when I save and refresh the web page, here is it, right? Now let me add a background. Now let me add a background color and let me change the text color as well. So text color we use a theme. It is better to use theme color. Theme primary right here. Oh, it is better to use BG color, right? Background we use a text color. Here we have the color code that we have just assigned, right? Then padding 5 pixels from top and bottom and 20 pixels from left and right. So border again 3 pixels solid, having a border color main color, which is the color code for yellow, right? So font size to rim. When I save and refresh, here is it, right? Here is having a position absolute right here. Awesome. Now let me style the price right here. To do this, we have a food price class selector, and using this class selector, let me add some property value pair. Font size 1.7 rem, font weight bold, padding 0.8 rem, and 0 color. We use theme color. When I save and refresh, here we have the food price right here. You see? Now let me discount the price right here. Now let me style the discount price right here. So to do this, copy this and paste right here. Here we have the discount price, which is found inside a span element. So using this span element right here, let me change the font size. Let me decrease the font size into 1.2 rem. Text decoration line through. After that, when I save and refresh, here is it, a nice discount price. You see? After that, color Let me use the text color. Let me say SGBG color. So when I save and refresh, oh, it is blurred, right? Let me change the text color right here. Let me say gray and refresh again. Oh, you see here we have again. Now let me style this rating and about food. So to do this, we use this class selector about food, line height 1.5 frame, color gray, padding 0.5 frame, text line justify. So here we have an about food, which is a paragraph right here. So here we have a nice, you see. Now let me style this star reviews right here. So to do this, we have a class selector rating, line height 1.5 frame, color we have padding 0.5 frame, text align for this justify. Here we have. Oh yeah, that's it. You see, it's very nice. So now let me style this shop btn in different way. Let me say margin 10 pixel and auto margin bottom. Here we have text align center. So when I save and refresh, it is not necessary. This style is not necessary, so it's better to remove, right? Yeah, it is the same, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to add pagination for this image. So to add pagination, head over sweeperjs.com right here, and here we have the official website. So get started, click this get started right here. Getting started with Sweeper. As you can see here we have different pagination progress, pagination fraction, pagination scroll effect, specificity, and many more, right? So for this website, I'm going to use, you see here we have specificity, slide per view, and for this I'm going to use this style right here, you see. So click this score, and when I click it, here we have, you see. So from here what we are going to do is first we are going to copy this minified CSS link right here, and then come over here inside the head section and paste right here. So here we have just already linked before, but it doesn't matter, right? So now here we have the sweeper JS bundle minified CSS, right? So here is it. Again, scroll to the bottom. When I scroll to the bottom right here, scroll to the bottom right here, here we have a JavaScript link. You see, minified bundle minified JS. So copy this sweeper JS and come over here inside the body element down below right here and paste right here. Here we have, right? So we have just linked the CSS link and the JavaScript link for this sweeper JS. After that, what we are going to do is here we have the two class selector right here, sweeper, my sweeper, and also sweeper wrapper. So copy this, and here we have the div element right here. So here is it. You see, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? That's it. Now what we are going to do is over here we have the class sweeper slide. So copy this class name right here, and then as you can see here, paste for every div element having a class name food content underscore box right here. So copy and paste this right here. Here we have another div element right here. So paste right here, sweeper slide, and also here we have another div element having class name food content box. So paste right here this class name right here, And again, here we have another class name, food content underscore box. So sweeper slide, copy this. Oh yeah, here is it. The major aim is to add this pagination right here. So to do this over here, here we have pagination, sweeper pagination. So copy this development, have a class name, sweeper pagination, and then come over here below, over here I think, yeah, outside of the development, sweeper slide, and over here paste right here. So when I save and refresh, here we have. Now the only thing left is to add a JavaScript code, a sweeper JavaScript code right here. So when I scroll down right here, here we have a JavaScript code. So copy this, and then come over here, we have app.js right here, and paste this code right here. Here we have, as you can see here is it. Now when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, you see, a nice pagination. That's it. Oh yeah, now here you have our popular dish. And now over here, let me add padding bottom. So padding bottom, let me say 10 pixel. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here is it. You see, that's it. So now what we are going to do is we are going to style this section heading right here. So here we have an extra element, have a class name. We use this class name in the future. So we are going to add this class name in reusable style, right? So section heading, text align center, padding top 20 pixel, margin bottom to rim, padding bottom 20 pixel, font size 2.5 rim, color gray. Here we have. Now let me style this in different way. So to do this, we have a span element. This content is nested inside the span element right here. So here we have a section heading, and here we have span element selector. Then now color, we use main color. It's better to use main color right here. Yeah, here is it, right? That's it. So now, as you can see here is the official website. So now you see, now we are going to add this bar right here. So to do this, we use section heading and before, right? Here we have before, and then content npt, then position absolute. If the position for this absolute, the position for this should be relative, right? Yeah. And top, let's say top, bottom, instead of top, bottom, minus 10 pixel, left 50%, transform, translate in the X direction by minus 50%, and background main color with 120 pixel and height 5 pixels. So when I save and refresh, here we have, as you can see here, we have more space right here. So now you see we have more white space. So to avoid the space in between the food section and the service section, we have the service section class selector right here. So using this class selector, come over here. Here we have a service style, so service section right here. Then we are going to add min height auto. Yeah, you see, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right? Oh yeah, we have just completed the food section or the ordering section. You see, it has a nice pagination. Yeah, that's it. Now, in the coming section, in the coming episode, we are going to create this about us section right here. Here we have an about us section. So to do this, as always, we are going to create a section element over here. Having a class name, let's say about section and an ID value, we have an ID about. Inside this, we need to have the left side, the image, and the right side, the text. So first, we are going to have an h1, an h3 element, have a class name, section heading. As you can see here, this section heading class name is a reusable class, right? So after that, like I said before, we have two parts, the left part and the right side, the left side and the right side. So here we have a div element which is nested inside this section element, which is about container. Inside this about container, inside this div element have a class name about container, we need to have two div elements. The first div element is contains the image, and the second div element is contains elements, which is the text element right here. So we have about image class name, and inside this we are going to nest an image element, and then we have a div element have a class name about content. Inside this we have an h3 element, an h2 element. Inside this we have different span elements right here. And again, paragraph elements. Again, we have a call to action button. Having a reusable class name, we have template btn and btn food, btn ghost. Yeah, so I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to add it offline, right? Yeah, this is the text right here. And here we have the image. You see, this is not an H2, rather it's H3. This development is not necessary, so it is better to remove. Yeah, here is it. So it's template btn and btn full class selector. It is a reusable class name. And now we are going to surround this text inside this span element. That's it. So when I save and refresh the web page, here we have. Let me add over here. Yeah, remove this. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Yeah, as you can see here, this image is very, very large. So over here, we have this class selector about container. So using this class selector about container, let me add some property value pair. Here we have display flex, line items. Wow, what makes, so it's better to copy, this property value pair is the same, and paste right here. So when I save and refresh, the image is still big. So what we are going to do is using this class selector about image. Let me add some property value here. Flex 1 1 and here we have flex 25 frame. Copy this again and paste right here. First width for the image, let me say 100%, right? Yeah. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Now, copy this and using this class selector right here about content, so change this about image by about content, and now change the flex right here, flex 1143. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right? That's it. So now gap, let me add a gap in between these two content, gap to real. When I save and refresh the web page, here we have. So now let me style this welcome to our restaurant text right here, and also real food, real cooking, best served dishes with fresh ingredients and all recipes in different way. So to do this, we have an H3 element right here. About content, and which is found inside about content, which is found inside the div element having a class name about content, and for this font size 1.5 frame and line height, let me say 1.5 frame again. Color, let me use this shared text color. So when I save and refresh, here is it. So now let me style an H3 element, the text which is found inside this H3 element, which is nested inside this spanning element right here. You see? In different ways. So color, we are going to change the color for this text. Bar, it's better to use main color. Yeah. Save and refresh the web page. Here we have. Now we are going to style this text which is found inside an H2 element. So to do this, first copy this. You see here we have an H2 element right here. And paste right here and change H3 by H2. To rim, font size, and line height 2.5 frame. Padding top 10 pixel. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have. Now let me style the text which is found inside H3 element, which is surrounded by a span element in different way. So to do this, copy this and paste right here, and now change this H3 by H2. The color is similar, the text color is similar. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Now let me style this paragraph. So here we have a paragraph element selector using descendant selector right here. Let me add some property value here right here. We have line height 1.5 rem, padding bottom 50 pixel, padding top 10 pixel, and color we have a text color. Let's change the padding bottom into 3 rem to make it responsible for any device, right? So padding top again 1 rem. When I save and refresh, here we have a nice about us section. So here is it. Now over here, let me add padding top 20 pixel. Here is it, right? That's it. After that, we are going to create a reservation section right here. So to do this, again, we are going to create a section element right here. Let's say a class name for this reservation. You can assign any name as you want. The choice is up to you, right? And then inside this section element, we are going to create a container element right here. Reserve container. Inside this div element have a class name. Let me create another div element. Let me say offer container. Here we have the official website right here. So we have 3 sections right here. We have the event section. So inside this offer container, we have an h2 and paragraph and also call to action button. So what we are going to do is copy this. We have an anchor element having a text, having class name, which is a reusable class name, template btn and btn foot. So what we are going to do is copy this and paste right here, or let me create by ourselves. So offer container, right? Offer container. Here we have a div elements having the same class name offer container, right? Then copy and paste right here. So from here we have 3 sections: opening hour and finding table as well as event, right? So to do this we have an h2 paragraph. We have an h3 rather, it's an h3, right? And paragraph again. So copy this and paste right here. We need another h3 element and paragraph element. So it is for the second container. It is not for the third container, right? So let me remove this. It's not necessary. And we have an h3. So now I'm not going to waste your time. It's better to add it offline, right? So here we have the text right here, and you see here we have paragraph, here we have an h2, here we have an h3 element, and many more, right? So when I save and refresh the web page, here is it, right? So now this is the HTML part for this reservation section. So what we are going to do is we are going to add a nice background image having a linear gradient, which is fixed, right? So now we have a linear gradient right here, and we have background attachment fixed, background repeat no repeat, and background position center. As you can see here we have a background image and having a linear gradient. Here we have the image path right here, which is found inside the img, which is found, this img folder is found inside the CSS folder. You see, here we have. So Here we have the image URL, which is the destination or the directory of the image, right? So when I save and refresh, here we have a nice image having a linear gradient, and also it is fixed, right? It's not movable, right? Since we said that background attachment fixed, right? That's it. So now using this class selector reservation container, before that let me comment out this. For the time being, it's better to comment out this, you see, to see more clearly, right? And using this class name reserve container display flex justify content space between align items center. Here is it. Yeah, yep, right. After that, using this class name right here of our container, we have three development having the same class name of our container. For this container, we have flex right here 1130 rim. Yeah, you are right. And now let me style this h2 element right here. So font size 2.5 frame, color we have theme secondary and line height. Here is it, right? Yeah. Now let me style this. We have paragraph right here. Here we have paragraph, here we have paragraph, which is found inside the offer container. So font weight bold normal, we say normal. Color we have secondary text color, and save and refresh. You see this has white color, right? So now over here again, let me style this h3 element. Font size 1.5 rem, color we have to primary, line height to rem. So when I save and refresh, yup, you heard right. So now over here, let me remove the comment right here and refresh the web page. Yup, you heard right. It's amazing, right? So now over here, the background image is very, very large. So this section element covers many space. So to avoid this, over here, we are going to add another CSS property, min height auto. That's it. So when I save and refresh the web page again, here we have a nice reservation section. That's it. Now, in the next episode, we are going to make this web page responsible for any device. After that, in the coming episode, we are going to create another about us section, blog section, price section, and contact section for this food ordering website. That's it. For the time being, I'm signing out. Alright everyone, and welcome. Now let's jump right into to create this section for this website. So to create this, as always, we are going to create a section element right here. Let me say having a class name chief section. You can assign any class name as you want. The choice is up to you. So inside this section element, we are going to nest a div element having class name, let me say, about chips. Inside this, we have an h2 element right here, and we have a paragraph element. So here we have the sections that we are going to create, right? So to do this, again, outside of this, we are going to create a div element having class name, let me say, about chip. And inside this div element, we are going to nest another div element having a class name chief description. Inside this, we have an image element right here, Again, we are going to add a span element right here, and then we have an h4 element, and then we have a paragraph right here. So copy this and paste right here 2 times, since we need it 2 times, right? So copy and paste. Everything is similar. The class name and the paragraph and the element is also similar. So from here, I'm not going to waste your time, right? I add everything offline. Alright, welcome. Here we have, right? So here we have about chips, and here we have an h2, here we have a paragraph. Right here we have a div element that have a class name about chief. Inside this div element, we have img element right here, we have a paragraph element right here, we have h4 element right here, again we have a paragraph element right here. So again we have an anchor element right here. So in order to add links, see more link right here. So we are going to nest this text inside this anchor element. So when I save and refresh the web page, here is it, right? Here we have the image, here we have the text. That's it. So this is the HTML part. You see? Now let's jump right into to style this section. So to do this, as always, we are going to use this class name right here and add some property value pair. So here we have about tips. So text align center. So when I save and refresh, here we have the text which is found inside the div element have a class name about chips. The text is aligned at the center, right? So now let me style this h2 element, the text which is found inside this h2 element right here. So to do this, copy this and paste right here, and now h2 and add some property value pair. Font size, let me say font size 3 rem, and again padding bottom 10 pixel, text transform uppercase. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? So now let me style this text right here. So to do this, copy this and paste right here. Here we have this text is a paragraph, right? So change this h2 by paragraph element selector. Remove this, it's not necessary. Font size for this text, let me say 1.5 rem, and text transform capitalize. So when I save and refresh, here is it, right? So now using this class selector right here about chief, which is surrounded, all the elements is surrounded inside this class name. Inside this div element have a class name about chief, so using this class name, let me add some property value pair. Display, flex, align items, center, justify content, space between, gap 2.5 rem. Yep, when I save and refresh, here is it. You see? So copy this And here we have a div element have a class name, chief description right here. So now copy this and paste right here. And now let me style. First, let me style the image right here. So width for the image 100%. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have. Yeah. Now let me add some property for this image. Border top left radius 150 pixel and border top right radius also 150 pixel. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Yeah, this is the image having top border in the left and in the right 150 pixel, right? Now using this class selector right here, chief description, let me add some property value pair. Flex 1, 1 and 25 frame background, let me say background color var, and we are going to use this color right here, team primary, and text color white. It's better to use white right here or SGPG color right here. After that, when I save and refresh, here is it. Yeah, here we have, right? Now let me style this paragraph, this H4 element selector right here. So here we have, right? For the paragraph, font size 1.2 rem, line height 1.5 rem, text align justify, padding 0 and 5 pixel, font weight 350, and text align center. When I save and refresh the web page, here we go. You see, here we have. And then for the H4 element, we have font size 1.5 rem, line height 2 rem, and color we use main color, text transform capitalize, again text align center. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right? That's it. Now let me style this chief name right here. This name is found inside a span element right here. This name is surrounded by a span element right here. For this, font size 1.2 rem again, line height, line weight 450, and text align center. Let me increase it to 600. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right? Yeah. This is. Now, let me add a break element right here. Again, over here, add a break element right here to start it to a new line. Again, over here, we are going to add a break element right here. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have see more link right here. It starts on new line, right? Now, again, using this class selector, chief section, let me add a background image having a linear gradient. So to do this, we have a class name, chief section. So background image having a linear gradient right here. And here we have, right? Here we have the image URL, background size, cover, background repeat, no repeat, background position, center, and then background attachment fixed. This background image is have a fixed position. It is not movable, right? And it has a fixed position, so that's why we use this property background attachment. So when I save and refresh, here we have, as you can see here, the image is not moving right here. This background image is not moving, right? So it is fixed. You see? Oh yeah, that's it. Now we have just completed this tip section of the website right here. Oh yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, everyone. Now let's jump right into to create this section of the website. As always, we are going to create a section element right here. Let me say having a class name restaurant food container. Inside this section element, we are going to create a div element having a class name, let me say restaurant food. Inside this, we have an image element right here, and also we have an h3 element right here. That's it. And again, we need to have a paragraph element right here. After that, copy this or the element which is found inside the div element having class name restaurant food and paste right here as much as you want, right? The choice is up to you. Here we have, right? So now let me add the image, the text, and the paragraph. From here, I'm not going to waste your time. I will add offline. So here we have, right? Here we have the image right here. Here we have the text. And here we have the paragraph. So here we have the food name right here. Here we have about the food, which is paragraph right here. And many more. You see? This is, right? Everything is similar, the class name is similar, and the element also similar, except it differs by the image name and also the text right here. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? Here we have a nice looking image. So this is the HTML part. Now, having this HTML, now let's jump right into to style this web page using style.css. We are going to use this class selector for container. We have display flex, gap 2.5 frame, justify content, space between, align items, center. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right? Yeah, here is it. Now again, using this class selector right here, here we have an active class right here, you see? We are going to use this for while we make this image interactive using JavaScript. So here we have the class name right here, restaurant food, cursor pointer, flex 0.5 frame, and then now let me style the image right here. We have image element selector, border radius for the image 45 pixel, height 80, viewport height, and width 100%. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have the image right here, you see? Yup, it seems like boring, right? So, again, using this class name right here. We have about food. Let me style the text which is found inside this div element have a class name about food. So here we have about food. So here we have about food class selector position absolute bottom 1 rem left 1.2 rem font size 2 rem background black padding 5 pixels from top and bottom color green opacity for this text for the time being remove it border bottom right radius this pixel 45 pixels. So when I save and refresh, here we have, as you see here, this text and the image is agree, right? So now over here we have an active class selector right here. For the first div element, we have an active class selector class name right here. So now here we have, now let me increase the flex for this active element right here. So flex from 0.5 rem to 5, from 0.5 to 5. So here we have, you see, flex 5. Then now here we have an H3. Let me change the color for this H3 element, color dark orange. Here we have, right? You see. Now over here we are going to add opacity 0. Opacity 0. So when I save and refresh, you see only the active class have opacity 1. So here we have. Now let's jump right into to make this interactive using JavaScript. First, to do this, first we are going to access each and every image. So to do this, we are going to use query selector all, and we are going to access a div element, or the div element having class name restaurant food. So over here we are going to use event listener. So images, we have variable name images. Then we are going to use for each image. Then we have arrow function, and then inside this we are going to use event listener. So image dot add event listener. This event listener takes two parameters, takes two arguments. We have the event that we perform. In this case, we perform a click event right here, and then we have a callback function right here, arrow function right here. So now inside this we have image, then class list. We are going to add an active class for a div element having class name restaurant food while we click it, while we click the image right here. When we click the image, this active class should be added for the div element having class name restaurant food. So we have active, right? After that, you see, here we are. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have. So when I click it, you see, the active class is added for every image right here. That's why we get this result, right? As you can see, all the div element have a class name restaurant food have an active class right here. So to avoid this active class for every div element have a class name restaurant food, we are going to create another function. Let's say remove active class, and then Inside this function, we are going to remove an active class. So to do this, we have image dot for each, then image, we have our function right here, and then image dot class list, then we use remove. We want to remove this active class. You see? After that, when I save and refresh, when I click this image right here, you see this active class is not removed from the first. You see why? Because we are going to remove it, we are going to call the function right here. So here we call the function right here. Inside this, we are going to call the function right here. And then after that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right? So only active class is added on the image as soon as we click that image, right? You see, that's it. So now come over here and add opacity. Let me remove opacity right here for the about image and save opacity right here 0 and refresh. Here we have the image, the text has gone, right? You see, since opacity, we make opacity 0. And then when I click this, we have an active class selector right here and about food. Then we are going to increase the opacity from 0 to 1. And now let me add a smooth transition. So to do this, we use this CSS transition property right here. So transition opacity 0.4 second is in. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have the text having a smooth transition. That's it. Yep. It's amazing, right? Oh yeah, now let's jump right into to create the blog section for the food ordering website right here. So to do this, as always, we are going to create a section element right here, having a class name, let me say, blog section, and an ID value, blog. Inside this section element, we are going to create a div element having a class name, let me say, blog post. And then we are going to nest another div element having a class name, blog info. Inside this, we need to have an h2 element right here and also a paragraph element right here. I'm not going to waste your time. I will add it offline. So here we have, right? Here we have the text right here. Yep, that's it. So now when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right? Here is it. Oh yeah. Now this is the HTML part. Now let me style this right here using this class selector blog post. So now let me add some property value pair. The first property, background image. Let me add a background image right here. Here we have the URL of the image and height, let me say 40 viewport height. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here is it, right? Here we have the image right here, a nice looking image, and here we have the text. Now the major aim is to make this text at the center. So we have this class name right here, blog info. Using this class name, let me add some property value pair. For this class name, position absolute. If the position for this child element absolute, the position for the parent element should be relative. From here, the parent element is a div element having class name blog post. Since this blog info is nested inside the div element have a class name blog post, then top 50%, left 50%, and background color, we use this sgbg color right here. When I save and refresh the web page, here is it, right? So as you can see here, this box is not found at the center. So to make it as at the center, we are going to transform it in the x and in the y direction by minus 50%, right? So translate minus 50% in the x direction and minus 50% translate by minus 50% in the y direction. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have this box is found at the center, right? That is pretty nice. Now, let me add another property with, let me say, 50% and padding 40 pixels from top and bottom and 50 pixels from left and right. After that, text align justify. So when I save and refresh the web page, here is it, right? That's it. Now let me style this h2 and this paragraph element separately. So here we have an h2 text align center font size 250%, which is 2.5 times the 60 pixel, right? And for paragraph text align center font size 110% and line height here we have 180% and padding top 10 pixel. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have a nice looking box right here having some text. It is awesome, right? Now over here, we are going to add background attachment fixed to make this image at its fixed position. So when I save and refresh, you see this image has a fixed position. That is very awesome and nice looking, right? So that's it. Now we are going to create a development having class name block container. Inside this development again, we are going to create another development. We are going to nest another development having a class name. Let me say block column. Inside this, we have an image element right here, an h6 element right here, and also we have a paragraph having class name, let me say block type, and also over here we are going to have a call to action button or see more button right here having a reusable class btn full. And And over here inside this, we are going to create a development have a class name blog post info. Inside this, we have span element right here. For the first span element, we have blog outer and another span element right here, blog dates. And lastly, we have a span element right here, have a class name, let me say blog underscore category, right? So from here, I'm not going to waste your time. I will add it offline. So before that, copy this and paste it two more times. The class name and the element all are similar. So now I'm not going to waste your time over here. I will add it offline. Here, so I've just added the image. Here we have, and the text here we have, right? You see, this is. Here we have, everything is similar, right? Except it differs by the image and by the text right here. Here we have blog title. So when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right? This is the HTML part. So to style this over here, we have this class selector right here, block container, display flex, align item, center, justify content, space between, and gap 2.5 ring. When I save and refresh the web page, here is it. That's it. After that, using this class selector right here, block column, let me add some property value pair. We have three developments have a class name, the same class name, block column. For this, we have flex 1, 1, 20, 30. It's better to 30 right here. After that, when I save and refresh again, here is it. So now let me style the image right here. So to do this, we use this img element selector right here. So for this, with 100% height auto and save and refresh the web page. You see, here we go. Alright, that's it. Now let me style this H6 element selector elements right here. The text which is found inside this H6 element. So font size, we have this. Line height, we have this. Here we have, right? That's it. After that, as you can see here, we have blog post info. Now let me style this. Blog post info. Here we have margin top 5 pixel. Over here, display flex, align items. Let's say align items, center, flex start, justify content, flex start. Over here, align items, center, and justify content, flex start. Yeah, flex start. So when I save and refresh the web page, here we have, right? Here we have, this blog is posted by me and posted date right here and category right here. So over here, I remove this, it's not necessary. And font size, we have 80%, and over here we are going to add gap 2.53. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have this blog is posted by me, and we have the blog post date right here, and we have a category right here. That is pretty nice. After that, using this class selector right here, let me style the paragraph right here. So line height, here we have margin top, here we have font size, here we have, and text align justify, font weight normal. When I save and refresh, here we go. That's it. Oh yeah, this is the blog section for this food ordering website. Now we are going to create the price section for this food ordering website right here. So here we have the price, the package section right here. So to create this, as always, we are going to create a section element having a class name, let me say package section, and an ID value order. You see, here is it. Inside this, we have this container right here. First, we have these two text right here. So we are going to create a element having class name row, and we have an h2 element having a class name package heading, and then we have a paragraph element right here having a class name package about section. So we are going to add choose the best plan for you, and this text this paragraph right here. You see, here we have. So when I save and refresh, so before doing this, let me add a background color for this package section. So we use this section right here, this class selector right here, background, we use theme green soft. When I save and refresh, you see it's pretty nice. Using this class selector right here, let me add some property value pair. Package heading, text align, center, font size 2.53, text transform, capitalize, and margin 20 pixels from top and bottom, and auto from left and right. So here we have. Now let me style this paragraph. Let me make it at the center. So to do this, we have this paragraph, this class selector right here. So using this class selector, and now let me copy this and paste right here. Now decrease the font size to 1.53 and font style italic. So when I save and refresh, here we have. Now let me remove text transform right here. It is not necessary. Remove it. Yeah, save again. It's better. Now we are going to create this price tab section. So over here, outside of this, we are going to create a div element, have a class name food package, food packages. So this div element surrounds every these three packages. We have a starter package, basic package, and enterprise package, or recommended package right here. and enterprise package finally. So inside this, we are going to create a development have a class name package container. Inside this again, we have div right here, we have development right here. Inside this, we have an h4 element having class name package type, and we have a paragraph element having class name package price, the price for the package right here, and also we need to have another paragraph having a class name package description. So outside of this, we are going to create a development having class name package features. Inside this, we are going to have an order list, and then we are going to list out these items right here. You see, here we have, right? So we are going to list out this text, which is this bullet text right here. You see, so this text should be surrounded inside an order list right here. So we have an order list, right? We have list out these bullet points, right? And then outside of this, we are going to create another development. Inside this div, we are going to nest these buttons right here, having a reusable class name, template btn, and btn ghost. Choose plan. So from here, we have these buttons right here. Over here, I'm not going to waste your time. I simply copy this, the text of line right here. Here we have. So you see, as you can see here we have the package price having this monthly plan is surrounded by span element. As you can see here again, these icons are found from font awesome. So when I save and refresh, here we have, right? So to find these icons, head over fontawesome.com and find this right tick mark, right? Oh yeah, now copy this and paste right here for the starter, for the recommended package, as well as for the enterprise package. Everything is similar, except we are going to change the text. It's better to add, so I'm not going to waste your time. For that case, I have just added everything offline. You see, here we have everything is similar, right? Except the text. Here we go. So now when I save and refresh, here we have, right? This is the HTML part. This button is style. Since we use a reusable style, btn, template btn, and btn ghost. You see, this is. After that, now let me style this. Let me style all the development have a class name food package. For this, display flex right here, justify content space between, and when I save and refresh, here we have, that's it. So it aligns in the flex direction, since by default flex direction is column. So again, using this class selector package container, let me add some property value pair background color white, box shadow, this having a main color right here with right here position. For the time being, it's not necessary, so remove. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have a white background right here. After that, now let me add a hover over effect for this box right here. So here we have border radius 20 pixel, box shadow. Here we have theme primary. So when I save and refresh, here we have right a nice hover over effect. You see, it's pretty nice. Now again, using this class selector package type, let me style this package type, the text which is found inside this class name. Font size, the text which is found inside the div element have a class name right here, package type, font size, 150, text align center. So when I save again, here we have starter package, basic package, and enterprise package. You see? Yeah. After that, now let me style the price of the package. So as you can see here, the price of the package is found inside the div element of a class name package price. For this font size, we have font size, color we have, text align center, font weight 400 and padding bottom 10 pixel. After that, save and refresh. Here we have a nice package price. So now, as you can see here, you see the color for the price of the package is changed when I hover over the mouse. You see, that's it. As you can see here, we have right. So the color is changed when I hover over the mouse. So again, you see, let me style this, the text which is found inside this span element right here. So package price and span font size 40%. You see, when I save and refresh, here we have a nice package price. So that looks like pretty well. Now let me style this text right here using this class selector package description. So for this text align, justify line height 120%, which is 1.2 times 60 pixel. After that, when I save and refresh, here we have now using this class selector right here, package features, let me add some property value pair. Line, text align, justify, margin left 10 pixel. After that, save. Here we go. Now, let me remove this bullet point using this class selector align. So for this list style, none, font weight, normal, and padding top 10 pixel. After that, when I save and refresh, the bullet point is already gone, since we use list style none, right? After that, now using this class selector right here, which is found from fontawesome.com, let me style this tick mark right here, color for the tick mark, orange red, padding right, 3 pixel. So when I save and refresh, here we have. Yup, you heard? It is good. Now using this selector right here, we have package container class selector. Inside this package container have 3 child elements, which is surrounded by div. Here we have the first child. Here we have the second child and the third child. So now let me add a border bottom for each of every child right here. So border bottom 1 pixel solid. We have team primary and padding. Here we have padding and width we have right here. As you can see here we have a horizontal line, right? So for every div element we have the first child, the second child, and the third child having this property value pair border bottom 1 pixel. This pixel having team primary. So now here we have the first child right here. As you can see here, on the last child we have a horizontal line. So now we are going to remove this horizontal line. So to do this, we use this pseudo-class selector last child, then border none, text align, center. So when I save and refresh, you see the horizontal line for the last child is already gone. Now over here, we are going to center this choose plan button. So to do this, we use margin auto. Alright, as you can see here, this call to action button is now at the center of the package. So now what we are going to do is we are going to style this recommended plan. So here we have recommended plan having a class name basic package. So we are going to style this. So to style this, here we have basic package. Then we have background color right here, text color, position absolute. If the position for this absolute, the position for the parent element should be relative. For this, the parent element is package container. So here we have come over here and add position to relative. After that, remove this with, here we have, when I save and refresh the web page, here is it, right? Yep. It is not very nice. Now, let me add another property right here, font size, 1.2 read, box shadow, here we have having a shadow color, main color, and color, we have a main color, and border bottom left radius, here we have border bottom right radius, here we have. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, here we have the recommended package section right here. You see, it's awesome package section. It's very, very nice. Wow. So, congratulations, we have just completed the package section for this complete responsible food ordering website. Now, in the coming episode, we are going to create the contact section of this food ordering website. So, here we have. Let's jump in.